Hi, good afternoon, welcome to Heartwood Turning, back in my workshop. Today, this is just a little unboxing, if you like. I'm adding to my dust extraction waste handling system, and we bought a Cyclone from Axminster. It arrived today. Ordered it 2 days ago, it's here today. That's really a good service. So we unbox it, and this is what we've got. So we'll have a look and see what we've got here. See when I get to come out of the box. To that bit, that's just the drum, the Cyclone itself. What else is in the box? A user manual and a plastic bag, another plastic bag, a rubber gasket, obviously, and it's just a polystyrene. There's nothing else there. Polystyrene back in the box. And we'll get rid of that bit of the box. So we'll get rid of that. We'll dispose of that later. I'll just move this table a little bit, just there. Put that there. And I'll just set this on the floor for now. This is the other bit that came. This is a bit slightly heavy. So we purchased the whole thing. The Cyclone and the stand for it with a plastic with the bag underneath. Have a look at the picture. This is the piece of kit we bought. So let's get this bit open and see how many bits we've got to try and assemble. I have to say the pack is pretty well packed. There's rather big scuff marks on the side of it. And of course, Axminster tools made in China. Written big and bold, country origin, China. Nothing in Britain anymore by the looks of it. So despite our problems in Northern Ireland with the border and the Irish Sea, this actually came on time. The carrier was TNT, and they arrived at my house this morning, and I ordered this 2 days ago. It's on a 3-day delivery schedule, and it's here. So let's have a look inside. Oh. Apparently the instructions from Axminster are that you're supposed to keep all the original packaging in case something's wrong with it. So we'll put that over there. So we'll try and slide out what's in here. There we go. That's some of it. Another big metal plate. A little bit more polystyrene. And there's a box or something at the very bottom, so I'll try and take out the other end if I can. Looks like a box. So we'll have some bits as well. Put the polystyrene back in the packaging and put the package over there. Keep our workshop nice and tidy. So, base plate or top plate? I'm not sure. Well, it'll be the base plate because there's no hole in it for the Cyclone. So we'll keep these plastic bags off to one side for now. This looks like a retaining strip. Yep. A plastic bag, obviously, to fit in the thing. Substantial size. I'll put that over there now. Take that just for a minute. More plastic bags. 4 wheels, which we'll open and have a quick look at. I must remind myself not to cut sandpaper with my scissors. It doesn't help. So they're pretty substantial wheels. Hard rubber, good. So again, we'll just set these off we'll set them here for now, so you can see exactly what we've got. Ubiquitous bag of nuts, bolts, and a couple of keys. There's 3 rings here, which are obviously to strengthen the plastic bag. Let's leave that up there. And what looks like the top plate. There we go. So that's the top plate. Obviously the Cyclone fits on this bit. Okay, so put that over for now. Let's have a look at the box. This has to be the uprights, the arms, etc. So we'll open this box carefully. This is the heaviest bit of the whole thing. As I expected, that's just the legs, or the sides. So 3 of those, and then, oops, more packaging. And then we have these strips. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8 of those. Not sure where they go yet. Just tidy up the workshop. So now we'll have to have a quick look at the instruction manual. Let's have a look at the instruction manual. Fairly straightforward, I think. Yep, seems like a fairly straightforward construction. So we'll need the base first. So back to the webcam, we've got it all laid out on the table. Checked everything. It would appear that everything is there. We have got the base, top over there, and there's the retaining strap. So now we're just going to start assembling, and we'll start with the first leg, 3 legs. These are just held on very simply with 6mm dome-headed bolts. Allen key for one end, and the holes in the legs are actually pre-tapped to 6mm, so it makes it very, very easy for assembly. In fact, the only nuts that are supplied are the nuts that hold the Cyclone itself on. So this machine, as I said in the beginning, is an Axminster Craft AC118C1 Cyclone dust, what does it say on the leaflet? Cyclone dust Interceptor. Supplied by Axminster. And as I said earlier, the service was excellent. I ordered it on, I think it was the Monday, and it arrived here 2 days later, so via TNT, which is very, very good. And during assembly, it's fairly easy because it's almost like a mechanical set, you just bolt together. So I've just moved on. I've got 3 legs on there on the base plate. We're moving on now to the cage that fits around that sits inside the plastic bag to contain the waste. Having looked at this and I kind of studied it a little bit, it's actually quite difficult to get the waste bag secured into place. It's not impossible, obviously, but it's you kind of need 3 hands for the job, because you have to get the bag held up and then the retaining sort of strap thing around the bag and onto the frame and then closed up. So 3 hands would be better than 2. But what I would recommend is that you don't fill this thing up. Don't leave it until it's full, because you're going to have to extract this metal frame from the plastic bag. So I would suggest that it never gets above halfway, or you might find yourself in trouble trying to empty it. That's the only downside as far as I can see. It's supplied in good packaging. It comes nicely packaged, and it's easy to assemble. So I started off building the bottom row of the cage, put the middle one in, and kind of put things in finger tight first, and then tighten them up as I went along. And for the top ring, the best thing to do is just kind of turn it upside down. Put the ring on the bottom, and then it makes life so much easier. Again, finger tight first, then go around, tighten them up. It didn't take long to do. I've compressed this video just because I was actually watching Rob CP live on a Saturday morning when I was doing this, or a Saturday afternoon. So that's the cage done. Move on now, and we'll probably next thing to do is put the top on. So that's just like it's like a steel band with a clip, a thumb release clip. So I stuck that up there, and then I discovered that I can't see where the screw holes are. So there are a total of 6 bolts holding each of these uprights. So 3 in the bottom, 3 in the top. But they're, as I say, they're really easy because it's all pre-threaded. Do the sensible thing, put it on the floor so you can line the holes up easier. The machine itself seems to be, the red on the machine seems to be powder coat rather than paint, I think. It's good quality, reasonably heavy gauge steel. The uprights are pressed steel, almost like box section if you like, or U section. It's certainly strong enough. And the wheels that supplied are quite sturdy. Rubber compound rather than that hard plastic you sometimes get, and really nice bearings on the swivels. So the all 4 wheels swivel, so it's really easy to move about, and I would suggest even if it was full, it would be simple to move about. So they're just held on with 4 nuts and bolts each, obviously. So 4 wheels. The next thing we'll have to do then is get the Cyclone itself on. So there's a rubber gasket, which I suppose is quite important between the lid and the Cyclone itself, and that's obviously to produce an airtight seal. So it's important to get that in the correct place, and I dropped the nut there, so I had to go hooking for it underneath it. My storage boxes, but that you need a nice airtight seal there. Even if you were putting this Cyclone on top of your own container, you would still need to produce a nice airtight seal. So 6 bolts on that. Very straightforward and easy to do. And the only downside that I can find so far is how difficult it is to get this plastic bag actually attached to the lid section. There's just a small next. So there we go. One Axminster craft, fully assembled on its trolley, and we can go and install it in next door and see how this works. We'll give it a try. So this is just a little video of the installation of the Cyclone. As you can see, it's fully set up there on its wheels. The input from the lathe comes through the wall and in here into the Cyclone. Obviously does its thing in the Cyclone and then exit through the top and into my little dust extractor, which is a DX1000 from Record Power. So that's really very simple setup. There's nothing difficult about setting it up. It was very easy. So that's it from this side, and I'll just show you where the input is from the other side. So right here. Into this shed. And there's the exhaust port from the lathe out through the wall. And I'll just back up a little bit, and there's a sneak preview of the new lathe, which we'll see a little bit later. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you again on the next one.